Hey everyone, Jim T. Graham with RCGroups.com. Today, I want to share something with you. I had a goal and I have been utilizing and I actuated the goal with the Bluetti AC70 that we're about to talk about. This is my unit. I've had it in the field for most of the season. Let me hold that button a little longer. And this kind of solved some problems for me, and I wanted to share it with everyone because there are multiple things that you can do with this. It might seem obvious, but it wasn't obvious to me. I had never had anything with solar panels before. I know people have been doing this for years and years, but this allowed me to not only go out to RC events and stay charged, but also utilize my laptop, things like that. So let's just talk about the unit itself. We will jump over to the page, and then I also have photos of my setup that I've used out in the field. It's the Bluetti AC70. So the concept for me was low price, high quality, entry level, and also something not too big, because I have an extremely large version of one of these that would only live in the house. I don't know when I would ever take it anywhere else because it's so dang big. And so I wanted something that I would be able to throw in the truck and pictures of it in my truck, and just go to the airfield or go out to an event or go to Joe Knoll or Self or whatever, and then utilize it in many different ways. And the other part, of course, are the solar panels. So once you get there, you can keep power in your box here. So it's 1,000-watt rated power and 950-watt turbocharging, 45 minutes to 80%. That would be home charging off a power outlet. I have a room over here, and this is where all three of my, I have a gas Jenny, and then I have two electric, whatever you want to call this, a generator. It's not really an electric generator. These are just large batteries, but they can be recharged from the house or from the solar panels. So they sit in that room, they stay charged. Once they are charged, they stop charging, of course. You can also use something like this under your desk and run your computer off of it as an emergency backup during a lightning storm or something like that. The switch over between power outage to this thing is really fast, but that's not why we're here today. We're here to talk about how this is a great portable device to charge batteries, charge transmitters, and cameras, and all the other things. One thing I want to point out is it has a LiFePO battery. Took it out with Jason to the field, and when he noted the LiFePO, Jason uses a lot of different iterations of these things when he goes to sailplane competitions, and he was like, oh man, that's the good one. So the LiFePO is good for 3,000 charges. So it has a quality battery in there. It has a smart remote via Bluetooth for your phone, and we'll take a look at that. And let me tell you why that's pretty awesome. You put this thing out back, or you're in your trailer and you have this thing sitting in front of the trailer and the solar panels are up, and your question probably is, what kind of power input am I getting from the sun to recharge the box? And you can open up your app and it will tell you. It's pretty awesome. So we'll go through the price right now, just because it matters, is $429, which is not crazy for something like this. And let's go through. We're just going to look at the specs. 2,000-watt lifting power, 45 minutes to 80%. It's quiet. Well, it is definitely quiet. There's nothing loud about this thing. 5-year warranty is important. That's right there. And the LCD display is indeed intuitive. It's easy to look at and figure out. And then the Bluetti app was super simple to set up. And so basically you're seeing people do what I wanted to do, which was take it out. Now, this is the second part. You can see it behind me. I have some solar panels. They were entry-level solar panels. And we'll talk about what you can expect out of those things. We'll go look at specs on them as well as pricing. I didn't want to spend a huge amount of money on solar panels. The more you spend, the more they can theoretically put into your box. But I wanted to stick on kind of entry level everything here. And so, as we can see in these images, you can plug them into the wall, or you can plug them in and charge them in your car, which would be cool. Now, I have a Toyota 4Runner, and in the back, I could do either way. I could do it out of a cigarette lighter, or there's a power inverter in the back of my truck. So as I was traveling to an event or traveling back, I could plug this thing into the back of my truck and charge it while I'm rolling, which is awesome. I'm looking to see if we're missing anything. Here are some upgrades you can do. I do not have those. And so that's kind of the unit. It's very simple. We could look at some photos here. I have this unit behind me, but we could get a little close up. So basically you have multiple USB inputs. There we go. A USB-A 12 watt, USB-A 12 watt, USB-C 100 watt, which seems to be super important these days. USB-C 100 watt, two 120s. And these 120s are what I use to go out to my little charge box that I built and carry. It carries all my LiPos and my charger, multi-charger. And it worked without a flaw. And then we have the DC PV input and the DC output, 12 volt, 10 amp. So as you can see behind me, it's the size of a really small cooler. It's not heavy and it's very portable. And before we jump over to my other photos, and then, you know, I'll kind of talk about how it worked for me and wrap it up. I'm running these Bluetti PV 120 solar panels, 120 watts. I think the max I saw out of one in direct sunlight in the middle of the summer was about 107. I don't know if I have a photo. I was trying to take photos of the LCD screen while I was using it, and the screen and my phone did not like each other, so I wasn't getting images that I could use. Monocrystalline solar cells with up to 23.4% efficiency, which of course is important because when I would sit it outside, or I took it to Nashbro and it was cloudy. So these are things to take, you know, with you to know that it might be cloudy all week. So you need a backup. But if it's sunny, you're in luck, and you can you can use the solar to charge. The other way to go is that you bring this out to the field, you charge your packs, you charge your transmitters, and I ran my laptop, I ran my charger for my batteries for my camera. And then when you're done, take it back with you to the hotel. If you're staying at a hotel like I do at Jonal, and you plug it in and charge it and bring it for the next day. I'm sure everyone's use of this is different based on the way you operate at an event or at your field. But for me, this is exactly what I was looking for. It's the panel is foldable, and it is really smart. Hopefully there's more pictures here. There are compatible with most solar generators with MC4 connectors, which I have over here. I'm going to have to reach down and get them and show them to you. Heck, I guess I'll do it now. Let's see how this goes. Maybe I don't knock everything over. So in the back of the panel is a pocket, and there are some power cables and things like that. And so these, I'm sure if you've had solar panels before, this is nothing new, but for me it was. And then the other question was, how do I hook these up in parallel to go into the box? It's super simple. I should have some photos over here, and then also a diagram. So one thing I did before I went to the field is I took a picture of the diagram in my phone. So when I was standing there, I didn't have to wonder. I've smoked enough ESCs in my time to be very careful about connecting things the right way, but it's almost foolproof. There's almost no way to get this wrong. In fact, I don't know that there is a way to get it wrong. 12-month warranty on these guys. This is not the kind of solar panel that you would take and sit outside and leave for, 12 months. This is a solar panel that would go with you to something, and then you bring it out when you want to charge. Don't leave it in the rain. Don't let it get dirty or muddy. Fold it up when you're done and put it up. All these things live together in a room here at the house. Because we have had emergencies where we've had power outages and -4-degree temps and things like that. And I'm trying to build up an arsenal of things that I would be able to use to run. Like this thing would be great to run a coffee maker in the morning or something like that. And anyway, so let's move on with the solar panel. We'll take a look at some of the pictures. Once again, I have a pair of these. You can see that they have a handle on them. And that is great because when they fold up, you can just walk away. The whole unit doesn't weigh very much. They're foldable, which is important because you want to get it pointed at the sun and kind of gathering up the most sun it can. And then the next question you have is, how do you adjust it for angles of the sun? Check this out. This is super cool. It has these flaps, and they when you fold up, these go completely flat against the unit, so you can fold it up flat. But when you pop it out, you can fold out the legs, and there's snaps right here, so you can do different degrees of angle, and you have to change each one to match each other. But once you get it all set up, it's pretty awesome. Let's see if it shows them the electrical connector back here with the pocket. It really isn't showing that at all. I'm going to go through here a little bit more and see if we see any more. I don't see any there, but we could go through the page. So there it is hooked up. And 23.4% efficiency, which we've gone over. We're talking about the kickstands right there. And there it is folded up and ready to go. It also is showing the pocket right there. And the pocket's great because while it does have this cable, I'll be careful. This cable is long, so you can get it away from the unit and get it wherever it is you need it. But there's also cables to, if you wanted to run this off juice. So I try to keep everything in one place, and that way I won't lose it. And then this is just showing storage here. And there we go. Okay, so let's now jump to my images. Here they are. So this is my setup in the backyard, and this was just me testing everything out. And that's kind of the size of 2 units. Let me scroll up a little bit. So let me try something different here. There we go. So this is the size of 2 units out with the charger. And we're just going to go scroll through and I'll talk about it. Here's the legs that I'm so fond of, making different angles to catch the sun. And there's the little adjustments with the snaps on it. Okay, so here's the pocket I was talking about. This is a zippered pocket. It's built into the unit, gives a little info, and then the connector right here is coming out so that you can connect that to your little Jenny here. And there's more. And that's what's included. All of this stuff is with the unit. There it is, zipped up and ready to go. So it's very cool. I have thrown it in my truck quite a bit since I first got these. So you just grab the back handle of the unit and grab the handle on these. If you have 2 of these together, it's just about 0 effort to get them up and out to your car. So this is my charge box I was talking about. And so in here is my high-tech charge box. I carry a lot of tools, and then I also I have one drawer for hot batteries and one drawer for non-hot batteries. And so I just brought this thing out to Leapers Fork, plugged it in, and I would run through batteries on my ProMoto quite rapidly because I was letting everyone drive it. And so as we would ride one battery out, I would start cooking the other one. I was out there all day. I didn't drive all day long, but we drove quite a bit on the motorcycle, and this thing never ran out of juice. I don't think it got below 60%. And I don't know if this really shows you, but the sun was not really out, so it wasn't charging hard. So there we are plugged in. I have 2 chargers plugged in here. I have my big 4-way charge box from High-Tech, and then I have the charger that came with the ProMoto with the battery that ships with that. And I just have them plugged in right there. And this is, I think this gives you a good frame of reference on how big it is. This is it thrown in the back of my truck. Tiny, you could leave it in there if you wanted. And you can see my solar panels leaning up here. And really, we'll get through the photos and I'll give a summation of why I like it so much. So that's it. Solar panels up, box out, charge box right next to it. And, you know, you just keep cooking your batteries. This is the image that I kept in my phone. It's so simple. Once you look at it, if you decide to purchase this, pause and pause, neg and neg, coming out of here can only really go one way, and then into the unit for charging. So it's super simple. And then there's a graphic of how those things connect. You don't need any tools or anything. This can all be done by hand. There I am. You can't hear me talking, but this is a little video I shot and put out real fast when I first got this. So this is me charging my DX9, charging my battery for the Timber. And, you know, it's nice and sunny that day. That was in the middle of summer. So let's scroll through real fast. I'm sure there's a few other photos here. It's a little close-up of all the ports and all that good stuff. What am I looking at? 137. So I'm getting 137 into the unit right now. And once again, that's going to vary based on the sun and all that stuff. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at the app on my phone, which if I put it close enough, you'll be able to see. So back here, I have put my laptop and my iPad, and one's plugged into the USB and one's plugged into the power outlet. And let's go up here. So the app is telling me that I have 85% battery left, and I'm pushing 55 watts out into my two devices. Now, if I had this hooked up to a solar panel, it would also tell me the input of the solar panel, and I could monitor that as well. So this is a way to use your phone and be away from the unit while it's charging things like batteries and transmitters and all that good stuff. So as you can see, and this is my summation, I guess, it's small, it's not very heavy, it can run a lot of different devices. For me, I needed it to charge batteries, transmitters, especially let's say I'm at Joe Nall and I'm doing event coverage by myself on a golf cart. I need to really make sure I have batteries for my cameras, and I have to have batteries for my laptops, whatever it is that I have out. I've hit the ground with iPad only and sometimes a laptop only. My new laptop's so little that's the same size as my iPad at this point. So I could take this at 100% charge on a golf cart, hit the ground, and do all the coverage that I need to do, and know that I had enough battery power to keep everything running. And let's say it's lunchtime and I've actually stopped to eat lunch, which I promise I will do next year, and so that I don't pass out at 3 o'clock. But I would be able to take this, put it next to me while eating lunch, plug all my stuff in, and then start uploading photos and videos and all that stuff, and not worry that I'm going to lose power or something's out, or, you know, all the kinds of things that you worry about when you're in the field. The prices are really good, and I'll have all that in a feature article that will be in a link below on rcgroups.com with this video. And I don't know, it just seemed like a simple solution for a guy who's never messed around with solar panels before and was able to go out in the field, plug them in, as you saw in my photos, and charge. And not only charge all the stuff I need charged, but also charge the unit while I'm charging the stuff. It's the future, and the future's here. It's now. I want to thank Bluetti for sending me this unit and the solar panels. It's something I really want, and it's I don't really splurge on myself that much, so to have something this awesome is very cool. And that is it. I want to thank everyone out there who watches our channel. Please be sure to share and like and do all the things, and keep promoting the hobby and growing it out, because one day we're all going to be old, and we need to get this hobby launched into the eyeballs of all the young people out there that would love RC if they knew one thing about it. So be sure and share your love for the hobby with people out there that you run into. I'm Jim T with rcgroups.com. I hope this has been helpful. I'm excited about the whole dang thing. All right, bye.